All right, this lesson is graphing equations, and we're going to use GeoGebra today to make it nice and easy. You will eventually be using paper and pencil, but the GeoGebra makes it easy to show you. So we want to start out by going to geogebra.org. I really like going ahead and starting with you'll notice here the geometry thing. Once you get here, go to the cog, show the axes, and show the major grid lines. All right. I set this up earlier, and I want to start and I want to graph this equation y equals negative 1/3 minus 4. So to do this, I am going to, wait a minute, I don't want to do that. I want to be here. So here we are. I'm going to do this by making a table of values. And remember, I'm in my MobiPad, so when I click out, this is going to go away. Now, I'm going to choose numbers that make it really super easy for me to get nice integer values for my table. So I'm going to be plugging a number in for x. So I'm going to choose numbers that are multiples of 3. So I'm going to choose -3 and 0 and 3. 3 points are plenty enough for us to do this. So I'm going to come over here and I've got my equation y equals -1/3 times -3 minus 4. When I do that math, -1/3 times -3 gives me a +1 minus 3. So that should be a 4. Y equals a -3. So I've got -3 here. Now let's plug in a 0. Y equals -1/3 times 0 minus 4. Now we do this on our skill builder all the time, so this is pretty easy. That's 0 minus 4, so y is equal to -4. Okay. And then finally, let's do this one. Y equals -1/3 times a +3 minus 4. Y equals -1 minus 4. Y equals -5. All right, so these are my ordered pair. So I'm going to go back to GeoGebra and plot these points. So here we go, back to GeoGebra. So there's my equation. Let's go ahead and plot these points. And I'm going to do -3, 3, -3, -3. I'm going to point here. And then I've got 0, -4. Got that there. I'm going to move this up a little bit. And then finally, I've got 3, +3, -5, which is down here. Then I'm going to get my line tool and connect point A to point C. And there's my line. Now from here, let's find the slope of this line. All right, so I'm going to choose the polygon tool. I really like that tool. I'm going to choose C. I'm going to rise up even to B and run. Oop, there's my slope block. Look at these beautiful slope blocks we got going here. So now let's do our slope. All right, so we know the line's negative. So it's rising 1, it's running 3, and we know it's negative. So my slope, which we call m, is equal to a -1/3. That's my slope. Now let's find the y-intercept. Well, where does this thing cross the line? Thus, it crosses at -4. So let's go back here. And there's my equation. So we saw that my slope is equal to -1/3, and my y-intercept is equal to -4. Those two numbers kind of are in my equation. Wonder what that's all about. let's do another one. Go back here. I'm going to delete this. Just delete it. Let's do another equation. I'm going to type it in. Come down here, go to the text box, and I'm going to type in y equals 2x plus 5. Okay, and say okay. And that's my equation. Once again, I'm going to delete this line that I had just to get it out of our way. So let's just delete that and delete all this mess here because I want that to go away. Okay, so here we are at 2x plus 5. Let's do this. Now, because this is not a fraction, this 2, I'm just going to choose any numbers. Let's do -2, 0, and +2. Why not? So let's go figure out what those are. So y equals 2 times -2 plus 5. That's -4 plus 5. That's a +1. Okay. 0. Y equals 2 times 0 plus 5. 0 plus 5. Well, that's just a 5. And then y equals 2 times 2 plus 5. Y equals 4 plus 5. Y is equal to 9. So there, I've got my points. I've got -2, 1, 0, 5, and 2, 9. So let's go back out to GeoGebra and let's plot these points. And let's zoom out just a little bit. I need some zip. Give me my numbers back. Let me rearrange this. I think this will work. All right, so let's get my point. I need -2, 1. So -2, +1, bam. I need 0, 5, bam. I need to move this down because I think I need that 9 up there. Let's do +2, 9. +2, 9 is here. I'm going to go get my line. Oh. This one needs to move. It was +2, so that's got to go there. All right, so let's get our line, connect A to C. And there we go. There's my line. Let's go ahead and make some slope blocks so we can figure out what my slope is. How sweet is this mess? All right, so let's figure out what slope is. All right, so my rise is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My run is 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So my slope is a rise of 4 over 2, which reduces to 2 over 1, which is just a 2. My slope is 2. M equals 2. What is my y-intercept? My y-intercept is 5 equals 5. So let's go back here a minute. Go back and look at our equation that we put out here. All right, so in my equation, y equals 2x plus 5. My slope we found was 2. And my y-intercept was equal to 5. Well, wait a minute. Those are numbers that are in the equation. We saw that the last time. Is that a coincidence? No, it is not. So let's go back to this. We're going to start anew. Well, let's going to clear all. We're just going to clear it all. Don't save. I'm going to turn my axes back on. I'm going to turn the grids back on, and I'm going to tell you that graphing an equation is super easy because let's graph y equals 3x minus 2. Well, y'all, I hope you saw it, that when we graph this thing, the slope is that thing, that coefficient that's on the x. And the y-intercept is the constant that is associated with the equation. So if I graph this thing, if I start at -2, that's my constant. I come down here, I grab a point, and I grab -2. There it is, -2. That's where this thing crosses the y-axis. It's my y-intercept. My slope is 3, which is the same thing as 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. So from the point that is my y-intercept, this -2, I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1, bam, 1, 2, 3, 1. I do it again because the slope is a constant rate of change. I could go 1, 2, 3 over 1, except that, let's do this. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Get my line, go from D to C, and that is the line of my equation. It is super, super simple. The line tells us what to do. We do not have to go get a table of values. So we call this the slope-intercept form of a line. So y equals 3x minus 2 is slope-intercept form, and we write it like this: y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Y'all, it is super duper simple. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to do another one. And choose that. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to type in another equation. Let's do a crazy one. How about y equals, let's make it negative this time. Let's make it negative, y equals -1/2 x plus 4. Well, you guys, the slope-intercept form of a line tells us, I'm going to have to get rid of this. Sorry. So let me delete all of this mess. Sorry, should have done it earlier. Delete it. Delete it. Slope-intercept form of a line tells us that the thing that the coefficient on x, -1/2, that is my slope. And this other number, it should have been +4. The +4 is my y-intercept. So if I just start at 4, I'm going to move this down a little bit. If I just start at 4, because it tells me that should be +4, please excuse me, that should be +4. My slope is a -1/2. So I'm going to go up 1 and over 2 in the negative, up 1 over 2 in the negative, up 1 over 2 in the negative. I could even go down 1 and over 2 in the positive, and it'd be the same thing. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? I mean, really, y'all, this is some cool stuff. Down 1 over 2, another point, point, down 1 over 2, another point. Get my line. This is the line of the equation. So if you have the line in what we call slope-intercept form, it is super, super easy to graph it. So I'm going to say y equals mx plus b. Whatever equation you have, This is where you put a dot on the y-axis, and this is where you do your slope. Up 3 over 1 in the negative direction. So see if you can graph the lines that I've given you on the worksheet to graph using the slope-intercept form of the line. Give it a try. I really expect that you try all of those. If it doesn't work and you get it wrong, big deal, you tried. So that's what I have to say for you tonight. And good luck with it. Let me know how it comes out.